All right, I want to talk about my next guest here, who is Mark Manson. Has some great books. The one he's super famous for is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. It sold like 8 million copies or something honestly stupid. And Mark has a great philosophy about trying to identify in your life, what do you give a fuck and what don't you give a fuck about? The problem these days with something like Instagram is that we all look at everyone's likes, we look at everyone's jets, corporate jets they're supposedly on, we look at their holidays, we look at their girlfriends and their boyfriends, and we're all jealous. We all have the fear of missing out. But the truth is that what you need to do is stay in your own lane and identify what you give a fuck about. For me, I give a fuck about very few things. I give a fuck about my family, I give a fuck about me and my personal health, and I give a fuck about trying to transform as many lives as possible, billions of you, through our content, through our academy. That's it. I don't need a corporate jet. I don't need $1 billion. I don't need to be famous. I don't need all these other things that would slow me down if I was trying to do all those things. I'm very clear with what I want, which means I can get it fairly quickly. And that's what I want you to think about when you're watching this clip from Mark Manson.
If my measurement of success, or for your example, if your measurement of success is just making a lot of money, and that's a bad measurement, you can spend your whole life succeeding and feeling awful, feeling like it was all pointless. So you got to get the measurement right first. You got to find the right yardstick to measure your life by. If you got the wrong yardstick, you're going to end up the wrong person. And so then I started thinking about, okay, how do you find the right yardstick? Like what is a good measurement of a good life? And I realized that that's, there's probably some principles that define that, helping others, creating something. But for every individual, it's going to be very different.
Very different.
And so it has to be an individual process. And so this is, everything I just described is why Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck was written. Like, I understood that people have to go through this personal process of, how am I measuring success in my life? And regardless if I'm achieving it or not, is that a good measurement? Is that a good metric? Should I change it? And then if I do, how? And I realized that if you write a book about values and reevaluating your values, nobody's gonna buy it. So I called it Giving a Fuck. It's like, what are you giving a fuck about? And should you be giving a fuck about it? Because it's kind of a way to trick people into thinking about these questions that are very difficult, very uncomfortable.
Love Mark Manson. I think he's got great ideas. And I think the most important thing for you to do in 2020 is just to find, what do you care about? Like, what really moves you? It took me 40 years to figure that out, honestly. I thought money moved me. I did everything until it told me in so many ways that it didn't. I think we're all looking for an impact. I think we're all looking for a connection. Find that thing that you were put on this earth to do. That's the thing that will always bring you resonance, power, purpose, enjoyment, connection. Go find that thing in 2020, and you're going to be off to an incredible life. Don't, and keep doing the stupid things you're doing, and you're just going to be one of those people that's just beaten down at the end of life. I'd rather you not be that person, because I want to be surrounded by passionate people that are living their mission and know their purpose. That's why. Again, I'm being a little selfish here. Again, if you're coming late, tell me, what do you want to change up in 2020? It's the new year. It's the new you. How are you going to change your life? What do you want to do? Do you want to change your diet or your movement practice? Do you want to learn something new? Do you want to start a business or start a podcast? Do you want to change up all your life habits? Do you want to do a TED Talk? Do you want to write a book? This is what I want to hear.
At London Real, we believe that individual transformation can change the world. Join us and start your journey today.